Yeah guys, so let's get started. In this video we are going to see how to insert a record in database. Okay, so as I told you in CRUD operations, what is the first one? C for create means we are going to insert record in the table. After that we'll see how to update and delete. Okay, so what is the first step? Inserting record into database table with the help of we are going to use command object now. Okay, so till now what we have used? SQL connection object. Now we are going to use SQL command object. So command object is used. So what is the purpose of command object, guys? It is used to insert, execute any command like insert or update or delete, like any DML operations. DML means insert, update, delete. So we can execute any SQL command like insert, update, delete, select, etc. Any SQL command with the help of command object. So, but in order to execute any command, first we have to create object of SQL command object. Okay, by saying SQL command cmd is equal to new SQL command, and then we need to pass the query, guys. So in SQL command, we have to pass the parameterized query. Parameterized query. That is what we need to pass. So after that, after typing parameterized query, we need to call some methods, guys. Okay, we have some ready-made methods available. That is said to be execute non-query. That is the method we need to call. There are three methods in ADO.NET. The first method is execute non-query, and the second method is something called execute scalar method, and third one is execute reader. These are the most widely used methods in ADO.NET. Execute reader. So in this session, we are going to see how to make use of execute non-query. So this is going to execute, it will execute SQL command like, DML commands like insert, update, delete, etc. and returns an integer value. Returns an integer value. So value 1 means number of rows affected. That 0 means if no rows affected with your query means it returns 0. Okay, so success means if that query is executed in the database, means it returns the integer value other than 0. It may be 1, 2, depends upon the number of rows affected. Okay, that is said to be the integer value it is going to return. So here 1 means success, 1 or 2 means success. 1 means record inserted or updated or deleted, whatever. Okay, 0 means record not inserted or record not deleted. Operation failed. That is what the meaning. Okay, so let's get started with SQL command object usage and execute non-query. Okay, let's switch to our web form. We are adding a new web form to the project. Let's go to file, close solution. We're creating a new project. So ASP.NET Web Application.NET Framework, click on next, and then I said ADO2. So in this video, we're going to see how to insert data to an employee table, guys. So before we design this UI, we have to create something called table. So let's switch to SQL Server Management Studio. Already in the previous session, we have created one database called WinSoftDB. Now we are in the WinSoftDB only. If you want to see any tables are there in WinSoftDB, you can expand here by going to Object Explorer, WinSoftDB. See guys, tables, we have nothing. No tables are available. These are all system tables and all, but there are no user tables. So that's the reason I'm creating a table, guys. Create table, you can use statement, create statement for creating employee table. What I'm doing here, employee ID is the column name, integer, and I want to say primary key here. Primary key, and ename for varchar of 30 I said, and salary I'm giving here, it is money. Okay, so that we'll be having decimal places. So the table I'm creating right now, execute command. So command completed successfully, the table is created. Let's try to insert a sample record, guys. Insert into employee values, and then you need to give some employee ID 1001, name I said Prakash, and then salary is something like 20,000. Okay, select this query and execute. You will have a record in our table, one row affected. Let's say select a star from employee so that you can see how many rows, I mean whether the row is inserted or not. I'm checking. So select star from employee and just click on execute button. You can see here, guys. So the record is inserted. See, 1001 employee ID, name Prakash, and salary 20,000. Sal. So in this way you can insert a record. But what I want to do is I want to design a form which contains 3 text boxes where I'm typing employee ID, name, and salary. Whenever I click on submit button, it has to insert a record in this table. It has to execute insert command here in the database. So for that, what I'm doing is I'm switching to Visual Studio and I'm adding a web form here. Right click, add new item. You can select web form here, and web form under ASPX, click on add, and then you can see here, guys. So let's go to table, insert table, and try to insert some rows here. 2 columns, I'm leaving it as it is, and here it is ready, form is ready. So what I want to do, just I want to take label employee ID here. 1 second, guys. Continue this designing employee ID, and here I'm adding a text box. So double click on the text box here from the toolbox. It's ready, and I'm typing name of employee here, or employee name also can give, and control A, select all, and increase the font size to XX large so that you can see what we are doing, and then add another text box here, and then add salary text, and here I'm giving another text box, and we are keeping a button here. Okay, and then select all these things and increase the font size. Let's add a label also in the bottom, guys. So on the label I wanted to show whether the record is inserted or not. Okay, so select all these controls together and increase the font size to XX large. Now it looks bigger. Okay, I'm adding one more button beside this for the sake of clearing the data. Okay, second button is ready, and I'm increasing the button size also as XX large. Both are same size. Select the first text box, go to the properties, and here I'm changing the ID as txt emp id. Okay, that is what I have given. So it is changed. Second text box I'm selecting, and I'm changing it as txt emp name or ename. Enter. Third text box, go to the properties, and txt sal or salary you can give it, and now we are selecting the button and I'm changing the property. So what is the button name? I'm giving ID btn submit, guys, because I can easily understand when I go to the coding. And text property button is there, but I want to show it as submit, or you can also write it as save. Save means I'm saving data. Okay, yeah. So we are saving or inserting record. Okay, and then second button I'm selecting. This button I'm writing for clearing the data, or let's write for update operation also we can write it, or let's say clear button first, then we'll do the update operation. And here the ID I'm changing it as btn clear, so that I can clear the data and I can enter second employee details. Coming to the last one, label. So the name ID of the label is lbl message. That is what I want to show. Okay, so let's write the code for this. Okay, so what are we doing? So here I want to give some heading, employee information form, something like this. I'm giving some name of the form, and you can increase the font size if you want to increase or bold. You can change the font color also. Say okay. Yeah, let's double click on the button, guys. I want to write the code where I'm writing btn submit underscore click. Whenever user clicked on submit button, what to do? So the first step is using system.data. That is what I've given. Second step is I need to import the data.sql client provider name because I'm connecting to SQL Server. And then we need to start with so try block. And what is this? Inserting a record into employee table. Okay, how to do this? So the first and foremost thing is we have to write the connection string, like in try catch SQL exception, as I told you, object name ex or ex1 whatever. And on the label I want to show any problem is coming, like lbl message dot text is equal to, on that I need to show the message, so ex dot message. Okay, the first code is common, guys, as we have written SQL connection cn is equal to, let me copy from the previous notes because this is common for all. So let's copy this code, guys, copy this and paste it. So SQL connection cn is equal to new SQL connection, and this is my data source is equal to my server name, and then initial catalog, my database name is winsoft db, guys, and then integrated security equal to true because of Windows authentication. Okay, let's run it first whether connection succeeded or not. And instead of writing on displaying the label, I'm writing on label lbl message dot text is equal to, okay, connected to SQL Server or connection success. Okay, connection success, that is what I wanted to show. Once it is done, so once connection success, then we will be writing the remaining code. Let's test it first whether connection succeeded or not. Save it and run it. So once successfully connected to database, then we'll think of writing insert query, guys. Okay, so employee information form is ready. Just click on submit. What it is saying? Connection success. Oh, connected successfully or connection success. You can give any message. Fine, guys, but now what I want to do, I don't want to show the message as connection success. I want to insert the record. So in order to insert a record, first we have to create a parameterized query, guys. How to create parameterized query? String query is equal to query, or you can give any name, guys. This can be anything. You can give like st or s or something like that, but I'm giving query because we are writing query here. Parameterized query, insert into table name. What is the our table name? Employee. Whatever table name we have created so far in SQL Server, that we have to give. Here is my table name employee, so I have to give the same thing. Okay, and then what is the column name? We can give empid, ename, sal, same column names for parameters. So switch to this employee, insert into employee. Table name, values, and what values you are giving at TEMPID, that is set to be temporary employee ID. This is my parameter name, guys. You can give TEMPID or EMPID. At is must because that is the parameter, right? Parameter is query, so at is compulsory. But you want to give EMPID, give it, or TEMPID. It's your wish, guys. You can give anything. TENAME and T sal, like that I'm giving. Okay, the T means temporary, that is the meaning I'm giving, guys, but it's not compulsory to use the same thing. Okay, then semicolon. So my query is ready. This is called parameterized query. Now after that, after writing this query, in order to execute this query in the database, first we need to configure our SQL command object. SQL command cmd is equal to new SQL command. Within brackets, we have to pass the query which is already mentioned in my query variable. It's a string variable, simple, I'm passing it. With what connection we are going to execute? Cn connection. Cn connection is already connection object is already available. So give that connection object here. Once it is ready, then this is only specification, guys. It is not yet executed. So how can we execute? By calling a method called execute non-query, we can execute. But before that, how do we get values here? I need to get value of text box, I mean my text box from here. What is the text box name here? ID. So we need to fetch data from txt-empid. So that we need to mention here, guys. So for that, what I'm doing is cmd dot parameters dot add with value. That is what you have to specify. See, guys, there are two parameters we have to pass. First parameter is parameter name and then the value, object value. So I'm giving here parameter name at TEMPID, comma. So from which way, from where you are reading value? txt_empid.text. That is the first parameter name. And second parameter cmd.parameters.add with value, and second parameter name whatever we have given here, same thing we need to write it, guys. That is THTE name. Okay. After that comma txt employee name ename.text we need to specify. So it will bring value from the second text box. Same way you need to do it for third text box also. Just copy paste. So cmd.parameters.add with value. tsal is my parameter name. Give the same thing, sal for salary. And from which text box we need to get the value? txt sal.text. So three parameters are ready. So now, so after specifying the parameter name and from which you are reading value, you have to say cmd.ExecuteNonQuery. So this will execute command in the database. Execute query in the database. Whatever query you have mentioned, that query, like insert query or update query or delete query, whatever query you are writing, that will be executed with the help of this execute non-query method. And it returns 0 if no row is inserted. No sir, it is inserted successfully means it will have 1. So that is why integer result is equal to, I said like this, then result contains 0 means record is not inserted, 1 means inserted successfully. Here I am checking. If result is equal to 1, then what I am saying, lbl message.text is equal to record saved successfully or registration success, whatever message you want, you can give it. Okay, coming to the second one, else means I'm saying lbl message dot, okay, or you can say not equal to 0 means not equal to 0. That's it. Not equal to 0 means definitely 1 or any number may be greater than 0. So else lbl message dot text is equal to record not saved. Okay, let's check it out, guys, how it is working. So I'm giving some message like this. Any exception is there, it will come and show in the catch block. Let's run it and see, guys. Save. Let's fill the details. employee ID name already 1001 is there, so I'm giving 1002. Okay, 1002, and I said Surya here. The salary is something like 30,000. Click on submit. See, guys. Oh, there is an incorrect syntax at tsal. Let's see that. So at tsal, txt tsal.txt. I think there is a problem with oh, sorry. Yeah, very good observation. Super. Yeah, parenthesis is missing. Very good. Here it is showing an error actually. I'm searching here. Fine, that's good. Let's run it. This time you will not get any error. It will be successfully inserted. Done. So 1002, and I'm giving Surya, and then salary is 30,000. Click on submit. See, guys, record saved successfully. And you can click on clear. Of course, I did not write the code for clear. Let's close it, and we'll go to database. We'll check whether record is inserted or not. Select start from employee. See, guys, success. You can see here record is inserted successfully. See, 1002 Surya 30,000. So in this way you can insert record in the database with the help of SqlCommand Object, guys. Okay. So in the next video we will see how to update a record with the help of SqlCommand Object. Okay. Thank you for watching, guys.